All right, good early morning, peoples. Let's jump in here on Cony and PLTY for the daily updates. What was trading like for 528? Well, let me say the shares were added to in Cony, 2,125,000. They really didn't do much. Now remember, they're paying tomorrow in their group. So I suspect they're just saving some of that cash for the payment. So not a problem. Let's go down and look at the closing prices. Well, 254.29, so it's down 4.55%. I saw that early on. And I said, will they fill that gap? I still don't know because they're not in gap. The gap's way down like 225. So we shall see. I think overall coin's pretty strong, but it doesn't mean it couldn't slam down for a day or two. So Coney did better, down 3.88, closed at 8.67. It had been in the low nines, 910, 903, like that. So we're quite a ways away from days to declaration since we just declared, right, on Wednesday. It's now Thursday morning before trading, and we get paid tomorrow. So we got a ways to go on that. All right. So the two trades that took place, they simply bought, okay. So our synthetic did go down 53 million in paper value, right? So it went from being worth 77,000 to 23,230. So it dropped 53.9. That's what happens when you have about an 11-point difference. Especially when you're 250, right? So we're now much closer to the strike price, which is, I don't see them rolling it. It's a 250 strike yet. Still got 3 weeks in essence. So what they did was they closed out a 290 and then they added that quantity as another 277.5. When I say another, because this one expires on Friday. So honestly, with these being 9%, 10%, 9%, 10%, and 11% out of the money, then that looks real good with 2 trading days. And like I said, the one they took off, they paid 26 cents at 290. I probably wouldn't have taken it off because if you reverse up to 290, that would, I mean, that's way up there, right? 40 points. That's a 20% move. Um, because when you're looking at this is 22, 89 away the insurance. But I'm okay with this, but remember it's a 6-6, so I just color code them different, right? To remind myself how many we have in what category and quantity. But we're looking good as far as collecting. These are down, they're getting 36 cents, 28 cents, 25 cents. This is what we collected on the left. This is what our is we've collected. So the difference between is what we would owe, right? So the idea is, hey, we sold a bunch of calls, we collected 7 million. Right now we only have to pay about 600,000, 585. So we're 6.4 in the money. Again, you're never in the money till you close it out, but it's nice to be in that situation. And the these are far enough away that there's very little chance they go, but I never say never, not in the stock market. So what did that look like? Well, we lost 38 cents paper value in our synthetic, right? 50, almost 54 million, 38 cents, but we gained 6 cents and the paper value of the crawl spreads increasing. So that's the story on Coney. This is the trade that they closed out, right? We had sold 6,080 of these 290s for 442. We bought them back early, right? For 20, we could have ridden down and bought them for a penny, 1, 2, 3 cents. But hey, I'm okay. It's not a significant amount of revenue, to be honest. It's a small percent. So not a problem. Overall, Cony continues to collect money, has got a long way to go. So let's jump into PLTY. I added a chart, so let me start with the chart. So PLTY's been hanging right in an area. Let's go look at it, and then let's go look at the chart. So it closed 0.006, right? 0.06 of a percent. 123.76. We went up 0.35 in PLTY. Share count for the first time I've seen, guys, after going up like 30% in 3 trading days, adding 30% to what they already had. Somebody sold 75,000 worth. No big deal. We're still up there, which is less than 8%. So where are we in declaration days? Well, Group B is we got a ways to go. We're 20 days out till we declare again. Basically 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away from yesterday, right? We just got through a week. We got our money last Friday. We're working. We're adding money in here. And speaking of that, so we added 21 cents on the synthetic, just going up a little bit, got us 1.6 million. We gained about on paper value another 22 cents in our spreads. So let me take a look at that chart that I wanted to and see if there's anything else. No, oh yeah, I want to go over how far out they are before I do the chart. So with this one, with 2 trading days to go, we're up at 123. Now, I've already seen in the pre-market and it trading 126, 127 like that. So it could reach that first tier. But again, we make good money on the synthetic, but I'm kind of hoping that's why this is staying, at $1.18. Frankly, if we at some point early in the day stay at 123 or close down, I'd just buy this back for 30 cents. I may not wait till the end of the day, but they'll see directionally what's going on. These fund managers are getting better. I haven't noticed. Now, I've only been reporting for less than a month on a couple of these funds. But like I said, boy, I hated it when they didn't take something off the table they could have bought back for 15 or 20 cents, and then it turned into a $3 or $4 loss. It makes no sense to me. But at $1.18, I totally understand. These are the guys. I mean, they got one at 25 cents. They could take off the table, but that's 133. That's $10 up. So here's your numbers: 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 7, and 8% out of the money on the call. So only your first few, this 127, 128. But we would make good money in the synthetic. But I always love to make all the call money, and then the insurance money is just going to evaporate. That's really what it's for. And frankly, it's a $10 spread, $11 spread, depending on which one it's paired with. Before you have a chance, 9% out of the money, 999, right? 908, well, they shouldn't be registering the same. I'm not sure. 137, why is that the case? I have to double check that. C30, oh, yeah, this is a C34. Something. I wondered what was happening with that. Yeah, that's 11% out of the money. It should not be. Okay, so 11 and 12 are 138s and 139s, 10% on the 137, and the 35 and 36s are high nines and low nines. All right, guys. So that's what I got for you on PLTY. Let's take a quick look at the chart. Remember back on 520, I said could be a cup in the handle for a little little longer handle formation? If so, it measures up to 170 on Palantir. Well, here we are. I hadn't updated since 521. So you got a little bit more time. The pattern is fine. Like I've said, it can fill right in here and still be the cup and the handle. But it matters little because all it takes is a move down below, say 100, and it invalidates pretty much with a cup and a handle. Um, and it needs to break on out, right? Because you have a neckline going across there. A lot of times you go above it when you're forming the handle, you come back and test it. You can go a little bit below, but you need to make the move. So I would say at 130, I'd say, looks like we're breaking out. We could be moving to 170. It has to happen, guys. You know how volatile these markets are. It's hard to swim upstream if the markets are selling off. Right now, there's that euphoria on the indexes. We shall see. Nothing ever surprises me. I just try and go with probabilities. All right, guys, that's it for PLTY and Cony with no impending payouts. We're just going to collect a little bit of money and do our thing until we get closer. All right, guys, Bruce with Targeted Wealth Creation, not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Always check with a financial advisor before making any financial investment. Have a great one. Bye for now.